Grand. It is a really lazy Tuesday here. We are not feeling productive, but we're gonna push through anyway because that's what life is about. So this week on campus, we don't have the graduate forum video, I don't believe, but that was last week. That went really well. This week we have baseball and softball games. That's about it going on. Basically, it means that you have plenty of time to get your homework done. And
I was in the library. I went in the library. It was bright. I walked out. It was nighttime. I was in there for hours.
I've just been like going to work. I go into work. It's light. Walk out.
You do your homework, right? You do your homework.
As soon as I go home, man, it's getting stressful out there. But what's the weather looking like? It's cold and rainy.
Yes, and I think that's playing a huge factor in how I feel today.
Yeah.
So now it's 38 and cloudy. It was raining earlier. It's a 30% chance to rain all day today till 4. Tomorrow, we have snow. 38, low 24, snow. Wow. Thursday, it'll be sunny, 45. Friday, sunny, 48. Saturday, cloudy, 42. And Sunday, cloudy, 44. So that's a pretty
fun. Miss the beach.
Right, fun week.
I'm just gonna. What is it now? We're on week 10 out of 15 or 16.
16. Yeah, we're on week 10 right now. I just did my attendance post and it was week 10.
Great. I'm so excited for the semester to be over. But so we want to talk to you about stress management because that's something that is kind of like becoming an issue for a lot of people, especially if you haven't been really like keeping up with classes or you are having an issue with your grades. Yeah, so stress management in college students is done in a million studies. It's all, I mean, like you can look it up. There's a bunch of studies done about it because it is college is such a high, college is such a high stress cause. So we have our own methods along with kind of like the suggested methods for stress management. And it seems like a boring topic, but I promise you there's little things that you can do to make it so much better for yourself. Personally, whenever I feel stressed, my number one thing to do is homework. Just get it out of the way. The worst thing that you can do is procrastinate in that situation because then everything just piles up. I find myself like laying in bed and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. And you just have to find like some type of little spark to get up and do it. Like you're not always gonna want to do anything, but if you just do it, you'll do it. And my theory on this is never trust your future self to do anything that your present self will not do. So if that means you have to work on your present self, then you have to work on your present self because that's all about growth and that's where that stems from.
That's where it starts at, right?
What do you do for managing your stress?
Managing my stress, I would say, I really don't know. I mean, I would maybe write it down or listen to music or like go outside. I don't know.
Take a drive.
Like if I'm really, really stressed, like I'll go to sleep. You know, I'll go to sleep.
That's the worst though, like
but yeah,
then nothing gets done.
Or homework, like you said.
Yeah, let me get off my laptop. We'll have a nice personal conversation. So, research says that to manage... Studies say that to manage your stress, you need to get organized, first of all, which is a huge factor. Whether, for me, it's cleaning my room and cleaning my car because they get so dirty. So, clean your room, clean your car if you have one, and then organize your schoolwork. Like, if you have all your papers, like if you don't have a binder or something, start with getting a binder for that and just organize yourself. It'll make everything so much easier to find if you're just an organized person. It kind of makes you feel all around better. Next step is, like I said, do not procrastinate because that makes everything worse. So you need to go ahead and get ahead of yourself. And a really good thing that you guys can do, it sounds boring, it sounds super adult and professional and just like, I don't feel like doing that. But if you make a planner, it makes everything easier, which Rissa actually just got us some planners.
I have for real, organization is I need to clean my room up, but like I really haven't been in there, so it's okay.
My room's clean, that's our room.
Right, we're gonna do that. Yeah, like planners is the key. Like the bookstore has great, and they're the perfect size. They can fit in your purse, book bag, anything.
Sounds like you're marketing for them.
No, really.
So they can fit in your purse, they can fit in your
book bag.
On the go.
You can keep them in your hand. It has a little spiral. What's those called?
What?
spine. The spiral spine, you can stick the pin in there, the mechanical pencil, whatever you need.
And then you're set.
That's that. You write down what you have to get done. They have the days ahead. The one I have has the days. It's space for you to write. Like, it's not like a calendar. Like, it's like 3 days on a page. So you write down what you need to do, what has to be done that day. And that really helps me out. Like, sometimes I'll forget I have stuff, but because of my planner, I did it, you know?
Yeah, and another really good thing to do is, especially for those of you who are shy, it's a lot easier to do things when you have resources or if you network. So say you come into class the first day, what I always do is I immediately start talking to everybody and I make a group message for that class, for however many people want to join in that class. And that way you can communicate with everybody about what they're doing, what's going on, and it gives you so much more information. You did not do that. I saw her.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So anyway, if you make a group with your class, you can network with them and communicate. That makes everything so much easier for me.
Especially if somebody has a question or doesn't know something or isn't sure, like somebody in the group.
Yeah, your classmates are like the best resources. If you have like dumb questions that you don't want to ask your professor, just like get your classmates, because there's a chance that somebody knows what you're talking about.
Or somebody had the same question as you.
Yeah, so you can work things out that way. That's really good for you to do. Stress. Oh, another. I'm just thinking. Another thing that I do personally, which this kind of, it's not necessarily, you don't have to do my way, it's just whatever your like outlet is, kind of. So like whatever makes you happy, whatever you enjoy, make time for that. So mine would be traveling. And so through doing that, I have to work a lot, but whenever I get some time off or anything, I can just get out of here. For me, it's like, it's really good to get out of this small area and remember how big the world is. It's like motivation for me to keep pushing. And it's motivation for me to keep pushing and like just go through it. So yeah, find your hobby or your interest or whatever and make time for that, because you can't just work all the time. Obviously, you have to have some fun. But we're gonna go back to school a little bit. Speaking of the graduate forum, we actually do have that video. So we're gonna show that here in just a second. So pay attention.
Hi, we're here with Shannon Dalton, and she's president of the Psych Club. And I'm going to be asking her a couple questions about the graduate forum we have today. So, first question, give us a brief description of what the graduate forum is going to be about.
Well, the Graduate School Forum is basically about supplying information on what is graduate school, how to prepare, how soon you prepare. A lot of the other tips and things that a lot of people just don't know about. In previous forums, we've discussed stories from faculty, and while we did have some tips, it didn't tell us what resources we had available on campus. But being able to know where to start and when to begin, those are kind of key. Otherwise, you kind of flounder.
The basics.
The basics.
Okay, and why do you think this forum is going to be really important for students?
I think this forum is important because it gives students a starting point. I know that I found myself asking a lot of questions. I've done a lot of research as a student that's going through the graduate school process. Mind you, I'm only a sophomore. So I'm decided I didn't want to wait until my senior year to go start researching and preparing to find out that there is a lot of stuff and there's a lot of lead time that you need to follow through with.
So you have first-hand experience on what you need to do, how you prepare for graduate school.
Yeah, I'm just in those early stages right now. I'm still whittling down to the last couple schools that I'm going to consider.
Okay, and how do you think it will help the overall programs at RIO?
I think, while I know that a lot of the programs, we have some actual graduate programs here on campus, so being able to promote them is good, but helping overall programs, I know that, a lot of faculty members do spend some time, providing overviews on curriculum vitas or resumes and all that, but sometimes they don't always have the time to tell you that you need to start looking at this time. You need to start considering what your financial aid options are. It's a broader scale that you have to look in more in depth than when you are actually applying to undergraduate school, because it's highly competitive. So you have to prepare yourself as a student, you know, to be able to take on the workload. You have to be able to prepare yourself to be that person that stands out. So that way, when you're competing with 100 other people that are applying for 24 slots in the graduate program, you have that edge above them.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you want students to overall take from this forum? What are some important key points?
Timing, you know, establishing a timetable, but probably even before that, I would say, is graduate school the option that you want? Is it right for you? Is it necessary? You know, but until you actually come to a forum and sort of hear what is said, it doesn't you don't necessarily know. I know that when I started, I dismissed actually doing graduate school. I said, no, I'm not going to do graduate school. I'm just going to get my bachelor's. That changed really quick after attending my first forum.
Yeah, so something like this can really make someone want to pursue that extra degree.
Yes.
Okay, last question. For people who can't attend this forum today, what's your best piece of advice for them?
Well, one, ask anybody who has attended. I know that we do have packets that we'll be able to make other additional copies of. Our hope in the future is, of course, to have recorded sessions. Other advice would be to try and attend the next session that we do. But another thing would be to just talk to your professors. They are your #1 resource when it comes to graduate school.
All right, and that's all we have today. So thank you for setting this up for everyone. It's really informational. It's really going to help the students here. So. Okay, this is Professor Duncan, and he's going to be sitting in on the grad school forum. So first question, what do you think is really important about this graduate school forum?
I think the most important thing is that it brings a lot of information that a lot of students at Rio don't have already. We have a lot of first-generation college students and a lot of students that just don't really know what graduate school is. And this has so much information about how you can open so many doors with graduate school and continued education.
Thank you. And what's one big piece of advice that you would give the students who plan on attending graduate school or who are thinking about it?
My first piece of advice would be start planning early and get to know your professors well. Make sure that you're noticed in class and you're noticed around campus. Just get involved. The more people that know your name, the better off you're going to be at graduate school, the more letters of recommendation, and the more better you're going to do once you get there, because it's a very competitive atmosphere. And if you start preparing for that now by being competitive, you'll be more competitive by the time you get there.
That's all. Thank you. Okay, I'm here with Brooke Schofield, and she's one of the students that came for the graduate school forum. She is a psychology major, and she's a junior at the University of Rio Grande. So first question, Brooke, what do you really want to get from this graduate school forum?
I'm here to find out more information about the program and see what I can do once I have that, or what are my options of getting that in different fields of psychology.
And Brooke's also already been looking into applying to graduate school, so what's a piece of advice that you would give to maybe freshmen or sophomores that are thinking about it?
Definitely know what you want, and if you don't, I mean, it's not that hard to explore a couple of your options and to start early, because if you wait too long, I mean, you're in over your head trying to find stuff to figure out. So.
Okay, and most importantly, what is getting your degree from a graduate school going to do for you?
Getting a degree, like a PhD or a master's, you have so many more job opportunities, and the pay just increases as you get higher degrees. So you have better quality of job and ultimately a better quality of life after you get it.
Okay, thank you. I'm here with Jenny Hinchy, and she's part of the financial aid department. So a couple questions for you. What brought you to this graduate school forum?
Well, when Shannon started it, she contacted Megan, the director of financial aid, and asked if Megan could be here. And Megan asked me if I would like to come because I have a good connection with students, and so I thought I could tell you guys a little bit about what's out there after writing.
And from the financial aid standpoint, why do you think that looking into graduate school now as an undergrad is super important for students?
It's so important because just like college, when you go for your master's degree, it still costs money, and the grants and a lot of the scholarships aren't there. So there are other forms of financial aid that you have to look at, assistantships and fellowships. There are still loans available, but the way you go about those loans is a little bit different.
Right. Okay, last question. Why do you think that getting that extra degree and after your bachelor's is super important?
I think it gives students an extra edge. There are so many jobs that require a master's degree now. Nearly all of the professional jobs require at least a bachelor's degree. And if you have that master's, it's an extra year of full-time enrollment, and it gives you so much more of an edge. I wish I had done it when I was younger.
Definitely worth it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little graduate school forum video. My mom is at the end. She's so cute. But so yeah, if you guys are thinking about graduate school, go ahead and jump on that early. Dr. Duda actually gave a really interesting speech, which we didn't get, but it was about why not to go to graduate school. You know, it's not for everyone, obviously, but if it is for you, or if you think it is for you, then reach out and find your resources and get that connect going, because life moves faster than you think it does. So
And everything happens now. Everything matters what we do now.
So that is about it for that is about it for this Tuesday's episode. It's a little bit of a short one. We're gonna come back on Thursday with a longer one and a more entertaining one. But yeah, we just had to get this information out to you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you Thursday.
See ya.